We call ourselves Phenomenova. Yesterday, the Stormbearers, a deadly group of mercenaries, took control of a nuclear reactor. Before we arrived on the scene, Galvanite, a superpowered teenage boy, attempted to stop them. He failed. His story ended there that day. Ours began shortly after. Today, I sift through the memories of that day. I will put the pieces together, and we will bring those responsible to justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's been one of those days. Issue 3 was sent out filming, and then of my comic, and then immediately, what happens? Well, I get the files back, and let me see if I can pull this up on screen. Oh my god, it's one thing after another. It's an easy fix, but it's just the little things they're eating me alive. So if we go ahead and can I pull this up on screen? So if you see this, so basically the way printers work, right, is everything has to be within a certain bleed line area, because despite how far printers have gone, there's always an area that gets printed cut off, which is why you need to make sure things are within an area. And it's like everything was fine for my formatter and I, and then they go to the printer and they're like, oh, we got to make sure. So now I'm like, all right, let me ASAP, because the book's already behind schedule. I got deadlines to make. I'm like, all right, my letter, can you move the word balloon down? Great. Send it the format. Send it back. And so it just got back right before I'm about to start this stream. It's one of those days. Like I said, a lot of tedious work. I have been on the grind nonstop, but we are getting things moving. So that's where that is. And then obviously, I want to have this book in hand in preparation, because I'm going to be all over in Orlando, right? All over Orlando. And in next month, I will be in Orlando. I'll be in Washington, D.C. I'll be in Lexington, Kentucky. I'll be at tons of shows, and I want to make sure I have that stuff out. Also, I'm going to have an issue 4 preview book. I can't have that without issue 3. So it is like priority alpha. Gonna get it by the skin of my teeth, but you will get it in your hands. God damn it. So slow news week. I'm kidding, of course. It's been a year. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy year, guys. And it's only getting crazy. My drawer is behind me, and that's pissing me off. You know what? I'm just gonna move my. I don't even want to. I'm not getting up right now. It's bothering the hell out of me. So should I take the glasses off? Take them off. It's been a really strange year, man. Just chaos. Just 2026 has been just chaos in the news and in everything. We're living through history. I mean, we're always technically living through history, but this is gonna go down as probably one of the biggest scandals ever. And rightfully so. And I'm pissed off. I think most of America is pissed off. From what I've seen, it is bad. Now I did put a poll in chat: is Pam Bondi sus? And so I kind of want to just go through this because there's just been some. It seems to me like, if anything, I will say it is a unifying moment for the most part. Most people tend not to like Pam Bondi, and this was way before this. I had heard people saying that, even when I was around like AmFest, right? Like the Turning Point thing. A lot of people do not like Pam Bondi. I can see why. Pam Bondi just this whole situation is infuriating on a number of levels, right? And I want to kind of hone in on that because, yeah, smash like, but I want to hone in on just everything that's going wrong, because it's just, this whole Epstein files thing is so much bigger than I think even most people realize. And to dismiss it as if there were any other issue that's more important right now, I'm sorry, in my opinion, there isn't. This is so far reaching. We don't know how far reaching definitively, but we know it's bad. We know it's really bad. I think it's really important that we go through that and just talk about it and really process this together, because it's just awful. I have a bunch of stuff bookmarked, and I think, I wasn't intending on making this like really milking this whole thing for content, but I felt like I had to talk about this because it's so, the level of infuriating is just, there's a saying, Wendigoon said this, he said this again, and I think it's right. You are not angry enough. We, the American people, are not angry enough. It's maddening, everything, and it's somehow getting worse and worse. Not necessarily the files themselves, but the way this administration has handled it has been so mind-numbing to me. Like, there was the whole influencers posing with the Epstein files, and then now there was no list, and then now there's stuff coming out. Now, I think one of the things people were always like, oh, what's the list? Is there's a list of names? And I don't think life, it's not that. There's going to be an investigation, but it needs to be thorough. And the thing that's most upsetting to me is it feels like the people that are doing the most research are people on the internet and it's almost like the people that are being paid by us, by the way. That was another thing. I was working on some tax stuff today, and, it's really disheartening going, oh yeah, this is where my tax dollars are going, huh? Protecting pedophiles, not prosecuting them. It's just, it's enraging. And I think I will say I do feel good about the fact that everyone again is going after, but the question is it going to do something? And I kind of had a sinking feeling. I'm like, please, Trump, please condemn her. And no. And I'm all out of excuses, in all honesty. Not that I try to make them, but it's a really bizarre thing, because the other day it looked like Trump had tipped the FBI off and the authorities off about Epstein, right? So seemingly that makes him innocent, and then he'll do shit like this. I guess for those of you that don't know, I kind of go through this situation. I've kind of been jumping around because this whole thing is just insanity. This whole thing, the way it's been handled, every little detail, down to the whole. We're gonna move on from the Epstein files. Like, how stupid do they think we are? I guess you know what? I guess they do have a right to think we're pretty stupid because they have gotten away with this over and over and over again. And the question is, are they going to continue to? I think one of the things that I tweeted that I think is important is this is my immediate thoughts, right? When Pam Bondi did her whole thing. She is one of the things I said. I'll watch her clip, but one of the things I said was right here. I said, if we don't get these indictments, we're the ones who have not only lost our minds, but our country. By the people, for the people. We are the people. If we don't get justice, it's purely because we didn't fight hard enough for it. And that's honestly how I feel. I think at the end of the day, we could blame the administrations and all that. I have no faith in politicians at all. They've been screwing people over my whole life. You know, there are still files related to my dad's murder, 9/11, that this is what? How many? This is almost going to be 25 years this year. And we still are being withheld information on my dad's murder. Every single administration has done this in my lifetime. I'm used to being lied to. I'm used to being disappointed. But this one, I mean, they hyped it up for so long only to just toss us aside, and we're supposed to just go, yeah, but that's how politics is. Why? Because we've accepted it. We've just accepted that's how it is. I'm just beyond sick of it. I'm sick of the way everything is being handled. I'm sick of putting our faith in these people and acting like, oh, well, if they don't do it, it can't be done. Why? The information is there one way or another. It has to get out. It's humans have to get it out. Why do they have to be at this point? I mean, is vigilante justice necessary? I'm not necessarily calling for that, but like, is that where they're going to lead us? Because this is not going away. It is not going away. It's definitely a drip feed. Yeah, but the problem is the lying, right? Here's the thing. Politicians always say they have a plan. Trump could very well, let's say Trump has a master plan. Okay? Still pissing me off. It's still like the problem is we don't trust the government because of shit like the Epstein files. And then you see stuff like this.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over 50.
She's fucking struggling. You ever see someone like present something in a class? You know what this reminds me of? This is like, so I went to like when someone, the Dow, it's like when someone has to sell a product that they really don't believe in. And they have to convince you it's good. Or like it's a paper, you have to do a class presentation and the student clearly doesn't care about the subject. Or you know what it is? It's like a super conservative kid trying to appeal to a liberal professor, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I totally care." And you could tell they don't. That's how Pam feels, where she's trying to talk about the Dow. This is not what she really wants to talk about. She just wants to talk about anything but the Epstein files. She's spiraling, dude. Like, I saw this clip first, and I'm like, "Holy shit, she is losing it." Look at her body language. We're gonna go through this.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow.
He's reading from cards. Oh.
Is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over.
This is not funny. Don't laugh. Do not laugh. You're a clown.
For 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7.
Dude, this is a cry for help, bro. This is a cry for help. Yeah, she's trying to, but like Trump has a certain charisma to whether you like him or not. Now, I think he did it doesn't always work. Like when he goes, "Are we still talking about Epstein?" That was horrible, right? She's kind of trying to do that, which again, I don't know why she would, but
1,000. and the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
I have an idea. How about we talk about both? How about we talk about both? Yeah, why are we talking about this when have you seen Melania's movie? Like, who cares? That's another thing that politicians like Trump did, and they're doing. Why don't we talk about this when we can be talking about this? Okay, there are millions of people in this country, billions on the planet. And there's a whole lot to talk about, and there's a lot of time in the day. We can talk about more than one thing. There's a lot going on in the world. Why can we? Okay, good. The economy is going up. Great. There are still children being trafficked. There's still all this crazy stuff. There are still people in our government and also in businesses walking the streets, right? Who've done horrific acts that aren't even being investigated. But our 401k is up, so that means that stuff's not happening or it's not important. It is important. It will always be important. This is obscene. It's, and it reminds me of like, I remember, it's like people think that money just solves everything. And the people that say that are probably the ones that Epstein was friends with. There's another underlying assumption about what she's saying that's really bothering me as like pieces are kind of snapping together. And I'll talk about it after this, but dude, this is egregious. We're 29 seconds in and I already want to throw something out the window. Holy shit.
We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about
like maybe, oh my God, like maybe taking out predators. That could make Americans safe. Like that. That's what we're talking about, Pamela. Oh my God, we should be talking about making Americans safe. Yes, like by getting rid of pedophiles. The fuck do you mean? This is actually like infuriating.
What does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Hang on, is anyone in the room on her side? Dude, this girl in the back is like, yeah, this stupid bitch.
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan? Committee.
Dude, and the gaslighting. Are you like you're the crazy one, not me? This is what my next point. Is it me or does Spam Blondie have a severe case of DBS, dumb blonde syndrome? See, this is another thing I want to say. As a blonde, a fellow blonde, Pam, you are the reason for the stereotype. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the stereotype. Really, it's incredible. Because of you. Because of you. It's so dumb. I just like this is indefensible. This is indefensible. No. It's all good. What did she do? It's more about what she didn't do, really, or what she's refusing to do. Well, I guess she's sweeping. She's got the broom out. So she's decided that instead of we shouldn't really be talking about the insane sex trafficking that's going on or any of the serious issues there because the economy is good. So therefore we're not allowed to talk. It's just crazy. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. And like, also, why do we have to keep taking politicians here? At what point do we have to realize, like, all right, so one of the other things, they're meant to, serve us, right? That's what they're meant to do. So why the fuck are we waiting on them? They should be waiting on us. Or what can I do to help you? What did JFK say? Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you. We should be talking about this. No, your job when you're in office is to listen to what we want and do what we say. It's elite. It's an elitist attitude. You listen to us, not the other way around. By the people, for the people. If the people think the Epstein files are the priority, they are the fucking priority. This is career politics. Well, this is what I want. I just think this is probably the best thing to do. Like, what the fuck? This is like, imagine you have someone, like, you hire someone to decorate your house, right? And they start going, you go, oh, I want this to be blue. And they go, I actually think it would look better in yellow. I don't want it to be. No, maybe actually flowers. Let's do flowers. I'm going to order that. Bitch, do what I want. This is my house. It's crazy. No regard for the American. We're second class. They're the elites and we're the second class citizens. That is the message they're sending implicitly or explicitly. We should be talking about this because they're used to us just going along with it. And you know why? Because the American people have gone along with what they're told. At what point do we have to stop? Like, do not comply. Enough is enough. We can't keep just doing this. At what point do we have to just say we're not listening anymore? I will say, and this image too, this is going to go down in history. The image of her just literally turning away from the survivors is just blood boiling stuff. This was such a waste of time. And apparently this conference was 4 hours. She avoided for 4 hours. And here's the thing. Every tweet, she's just getting lit up like crazy. I think she knows that she's doing something wrong. I think there's a few options with Pam Bondi as to what's going on with her. Because we know she's lying. We know she's covering. Goldman just fired one of their top lawyers that was friendly with Bondi that was shown to be good friends with good old Ep. Oh, God. See, I just, my question is, all right, because I'll be honest, I don't think, like, Republicans or Democrats, I'm going to be honest, I don't think the Democrats would be doing any better. Biden had the files, right? Did he not have them the whole time? It's just they're going to keep making partisan issues to distract. It's them. No, it's them. No, it's them. No, it's them. To drag this out for as long as fucking possible. I'm sick of it. What's up, Nagernal? That's what they're doing. They want to drag this out, possibly pass the statute of limitations as long as possible by making it a left or right issue. And it's not. And I'm just fucking sick of it. And if it was the American people, like if it was actually normal people, you take, the vast majority of them would agree that we need to release these files unredacted. The only people that disagree with that are the ones that are supposed to be releasing the files. Like, are you fucking kidding? This is so backwards. Everything about this is backwards. It's infuriating. So I want to talk Massey. Now, it's funny. Like, I wasn't paying attention to politics for a while. I don't know much about Massey, but I'm liking this guy.
Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
This argument is infuriating. Okay, so let me state this. So I've stated again. So, like, I lost my dad and my uncle in 9/11. Okay, I want every single administration to do it. If I ask this administration, why aren't the files released? And if some bitch, like if Pam Bondi would be like, why didn't you ask the others? I did. They didn't do it. I wanted them to release it too. They didn't. It's now on you. It's on we wanted the Epstein files released immediately. People wanted him way back. Like, they wanted to take him down forever. It was a decades-long thing, but when he finally got caught and then offed himself. Justice sometimes takes a while. But when you have the power to do something, fucking do something. This whole woe is me shit is stupid. Is that why? Yeah, a rhino, Republican in name only. I'm going to go into Trump's response. I'm pissed.
Reclaiming my time. I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because
time
this
when
is
you don't
bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer a question.
Dude, she's spurging out. She's fucking losing it.
This goes over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush.
What is that? Let's go. Hang on. What the fuck is this?
Let's go back to George Bush.
Dude, she's looking at her note cards. Ready? Looking at her note. He's on point. She's like looking at her note card. Let's go. All right, I got my next talking point. I'm ready.
Go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
100%. 100%. 100%. Okay. The Biden administration cover report didn't get nearly enough flack, by the way. And here's the problem. There's like a nugget of truth in the sense that like a lot of people, why weren't they holding Biden accountable for it? Why weren't they streaming at him the same way they were Trump? Well, Trump ran on it. The fact that Biden didn't make it the priority is a problem. But this was said to be a priority before he got into office. And that's what's making people mad. Now, no matter who is in office, they should be screamed at. And also, they should be fucking bullied into doing this, right? The problem is they're more afraid of the consequences of the files releasing versus the consequences from us if the files don't release. They have no reason to be afraid of us because to be honest, Americans have become so cucked. We're so comfortable. We're so cozy. Well, I don't really, want to stir the pot too much. Haha. Too bad. Dude, look at, like, they threw tea in the river. But now we're like, no, don't raise my taxes. Stop. Oh my God, don't hide the pedophiles. Stop it. They're not fucking scared of us. Why would they be? Why would they be?
And that's
Now,
where the
I want to know, at
transparent-
what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner
Time to look at your notes.
was not a co-conspirator? Because our
Dude, she's studying hard.
Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen.
This is, all right, that's it in a nutshell. Time is up. Okay, I can bait it out until the time runs out. That's what they're doing on a major scale, but that's just like a smaller version of it, right? Oh my God, quick, stall them until the time runs out. It really is concerning. It's very concerning.
To release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
Dude.
Dude.
The answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn.
What?
Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
Dude, she's losing it. First of all, that's not the same thing as covering for pet. Now, look, I think AI deepfake porn is bad, but like that's not that's completely irrelevant. That's completely she doesn't answer any of the questions. She just brings up other shit that is completely irrelevant. She's spurging out. Well, your mom
Voted against the ban that we were talking
She's like, right, guys? You guys know what I'm talking about, right, girlfriend?
about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them.
Dude, she's
hypocrite.
That showed him. She knows no one in the room is on her side. She's fucking spurging out, dude. This is all right, I haven't seen the full thing. Yeah, so I don't know the context of this either. But it's not deepfake porn is not on the same category of evil and it's bad, obviously. Like the fact that you can make deepfake porn of anyone is really disturbing, right? But again, it's not the same thing. It's crazy. This whole situation is crazy. Now, I don't know how is this woman still in office? That is a fucking great. A lot of new people this stream. How is she still in office? Dude, and again, I want to reiterate this. Most Republicans hate her. The most Republicans that I know or see online hate Pam Bondi. So I don't know. You're a failed politician. If the rest of DC is the measure of a politician, I consider that a compliment. Ain't that the truth, dude? Ain't that the fucking truth? But is that what a politician is? It's just like sweeping, wasting time, wasting tax dollars. How much money like, because they were being paid, right? Because they're paid jobs. How much money in total did we spend as taxpayers on that meeting, right? If you were to add up everyone's salary and everything that was there, for her to just fucking waste 4 hours of time. They're pissing away our money. And the fact of the matter is, we're more afraid of facing consequences for not paying our taxes than they are for trafficking children or for hiding people trafficking children. Like, really think about that. That is insane. That is fucking insane. Everything is upside down. It's crazy. So there is a full interview with Massey. I'll have to check that out. All right, this is one point. I don't understand why the Epstein victims still won't name names is one thing people are saying. Maybe because some of them are getting fucking killed. And because the government is just going to throw them under the bus anyway. Like Virginia. You think that was what the official story said is true? They killed that woman. They killed that woman. And we just kept going. It's infuriating. Oh my God. She is just having a fucking breakdown. My personal vision, I think politics is too broad to be left or right. 100%. Yes, they both have great points and terrible points. 100. You need like progress sometimes. Like even just like the basic liberal and conservative, you need both. You do need both. I have bits of both in me. But here's the problem. This is not, everything she's doing is not based on values of any kind. This is what you have to understand. She's not standing up for anything, whether I agree or disagree. She isn't standing up for anything. She's not making there's no nobility in what she's doing at all. None.
Have you apologized to President Trump? Have you apologized to President Trump? All of you
You just made Trump look like a fucking idiot. And then Trump made himself look like an idiot for backing her up. This destroyed him.
Participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald.
So, okay, this is where, all right, so the economy is up, everything's up, which is important for Americans. All you had to do was just release the files. All you had to do. And you would have been really liked. This shit is going to be, oh my God.
Trump, you all should be apologizing. You sit here.
Time to check my notes. Time to check my notes. I'm being
Donald Trump. You all should be apologizing. You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. I'm not going to put up with it. You know, have you?
Yeah, it seems that's really coming from the heart. She literally grabs the fucking paper. I'm making a stand against something we're not even talking about. You guys need to stop attacking. That's not what this is. All right, are there some people that just scream at Trump about every little thing? Yes, and I will say there is a huge portion of liberals I notice that will they only started caring about the Epstein files when they thought Trump might be on it. And their whole thing is it's Trump. What about all the other stuff? Okay, whether Trump's in it or not, I want the files released. If he's guilty, go after him. If he's not, then he's innocent. Okay, fine. I want the files released because there's bigger implications. If your entire world revolves around Trump, that's the problem. But that's not what we're fucking talking about right now. It's just, this is so bad. This is so fucking bad. I'm going to keep going. It's just, I don't know how anyone can be defending this shit. I really don't. I don't see it. In 1 second, I'm just writing something down. I got to respond. So people have said nice things about my comics. I got to respond. So I'm going to respond to that after, but I still got some energy left in me to rant. This is infuriating. Blair White said this best, by the way. Blair White said this best. Why don't the victims just say names, right? I'm making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted. And then they ruled her death a suicide. And we moved on. And I was like, we can't move on from this. We moved on. Are we going to just keep doing that? At this point, we as Americans deserve the treatment we're getting. I'm just going to say it. We deserve the treatment we're getting. Why would we get a better government? We don't fight for a better government. All right. Let me go. This is another thing, Virginia Jeffrey, I believe, said. Hold on, let me. Did I full screen a tweet? There we go. Because Ghislaine is trying to play victim. Of course she is. Here's what she had to say. They killed her.
She is a monster. She's worse than Epstein.
Worse than Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell is worse than Epstein.
She did things even worse than Epstein did. She was vicious, she was evil, and she was a woman.
Her lawyers have said Ghislaine Maxwell is not a Jeffrey Epstein, that she has been a victim of media spin.
They're doing their job, but I know that woman. I've known her really well. Put it this way. Epstein was Pinocchio, and she was Geppetto. She was the guy controlling the strings. Jeffrey. Yep, she was pulling the strings. She had his money. He had her contacts, but Ghislaine was much more conniving and smart than Epstein ever was.
I buy it. I buy it. God. This is... It's just, I mean, I don't know how we can keep. I'm just so angry. And the thing is, if we don't get justice, again, I want to reiterate, it's our fault if we don't get justice. People have done riots over the stupidest shit. I'm not saying riot, by the way. Destroying random people's property is not helpful. But like, protesting, demanding justice, getting like there's something has to be done, and nothing is going to get done if we just continue to just do nothing. I've fallen down tons. I've been going down like crazy. It's so bad, man. It's so bad. When Bonnie crashed her testimony at her hearing yesterday, I knew the president would attack me as revenge. Sure enough, he did, but I won't be intimidating into backing off my fight for justice for victims. Can you help me stay in the fight? Donate. If you guys have money, donate to this man. AG Pam Bondi under intense fire from the Trump deranged radical left lunatics. Oh, I didn't realize it was a Trump deranged radical left lunatic. Was fantastic at yesterday's hearing on the never-ending saga of Jeffrey Epstein. Never ending. Oh, it's never ending. It's never ending. I just want it to end. And it's not going to end. Because there's still no answers. Much this again was that President Donald J. Trump has been 100% exonerated on their ridiculous Russia type charges. Actually, it is the slimeball Democrats, many of them big donors and politicians, that have been proven guilty. Okay, let's say all that's 100% true. Okay, here's the thing. Let's say you're 100% fine. Okay, we still want the files. If you're clean, fine. The world doesn't revolve around you. You're the president, but the world doesn't revolve around you. We still need answers from everyone else. We need answers on everyone else. Okay? There are people that are going to attack you for the rest of your life. I get that. Release the fucking files. Release everything. Republican loser, sanctimonious rhino Congressman Thomas Massie made a total fool of himself. That is just not true. Fighting aimlessly against a hopeless agenda of hate and stupidity, as most clearly stated by his crashing job approval numbers in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, where a military hero opponent, Ed Galrain, is crushing him in the polls. He is now in wacky Liz Cheney territory. Nobody cared about Epstein when he was alive. That is not true. They only cared about him when they thought he could create political harm to a very popular president. That's not, oh my God, that is so off base. Who has brought our country back from the brink of extinction, and very quickly at that. In fact, this attempt by the Democrats to take away attention from tremendous Republican success is backfiring badly. How is this taking away? How is this taking away? It's only taking away because you're not following through on this. That's why it's not going away. It would go away if you did that. My fucking God, this is so stupid. Maybe they should focus on their quest to open our borders to the world's greatest criminals, have transgender for everybody, or get men, no matter their size or strength, to play in women's sports. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Oh my fucking God. That's, again, we can care about more than one issue at once. Okay, so you heard that. If you think Pam Bondi was in any fucking way handling that poorly, you are a radical leftist. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh my God. This is exhausting. Check the polls. What in chat? Someone said she's not sus. Maybe two people? All right, why is she not sus? You can answer. It's okay. It's just, oh my God. Like, how are we not? Oh, check the polls in relation to Massey. Okay. Yeah, I could do that. We have, like, this is the most important thing. I'm going to be in Kentucky. I've never been. All right, hold on. Where is the wait, Kentucky? What election? This is how little I know about this. What election is he running in? Kentucky, what? Kentucky Massey polls. There we go. Let's see if this helps. Or is it IE polls? All right, let's see what the polls say. Okay. So he's not doing well. So according to Grok, he's got 90% versus 31% for Nicole Lee Ethington. He has 50% undecided. Okay. Again, what is that? No, I was talking about the chat. Okay, the chat poll. Yeah. All right, never mind. Yeah, the chat seems to be mostly thinking Pam Bondi is sus. All right, so let's dive into it. What do we think the issue is with her? She and Trump are obviously appeasing each other, right? That's one thing. But what are the greater reasons? What else is going on here? I think there's a lot of stuff to unpack here. So her whole thing. So Trump, I guess, wants her like. So for some reason or another, we obviously know she's deflecting. Blonde, yeah, yes. We know she's deflecting, right? We know that. The question is, why is she being threatened? Because there's the thing: these people tend to threaten, right? People with this ring, Epstein would threaten people. Like it's part of the reason people, again, as we've shown, don't speak out is because of fear for their lives or blackmail. Is she being blackmailed, or someone she knows being blackmailed, or someone she knows being threatened? I mean, they've already tried to kill Trump. His life is usually there. But to what end? Like, we know she's spinning. But I guess the point is what? Because here's the thing. If Trump is innocent, and there's like people in the FBI who have said he's innocent, like let's say he is. Let's just for argument's sake, whether you think he is or not, let's say he is. Then why do this? Then why do this? Bought by who, though? That's the question. You know what I mean? Like, this is just... I don't know what to... And we won't have the answers, but she's clearly saying shit she doesn't believe that was given to her. She is not acting of her own. She is someone that is propped up, which is the case with a lot of politicians, by the way. They're propped up. Okay? She's a yes woman. Now Trump is acting terribly. Again, why is focusing on the Epstein files a distraction? This could be one. If you were the guy who brought in all these pedophiles and destroyed this pedophile ring, you would be one of the greatest presidents of all time. The economy, that can be great, okay? The economy can boom, fine. But there are other stuff going on here. And the fact of the matter is, taking down an elite pedophile ring, that's got to be like an amazing accomplishment for a politician to have. And there's something going wrong. There's something going wrong. And I'm sick of the excuses. Trump is just, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Is he hiding? It's because that's the like most logical thing. And then there's evidence that points to not that. Like, okay, yes, he's rubbed shoulders with Epstein, whatever. There's evidence that he went against them. But even then, did he go against them maybe out of his own interests? We don't know. But we do know that there are lies being told and that her shitty actions are making Trump look like an idiot. And Trump is making himself look like an idiot. Maybe he is one. It's hard to defend at this point. I don't think I want to try anymore. I'm done. Like, this is so bad. This is so bad. Let's say the economy is great. Fine. It doesn't matter because how many people are involved in this shit? It's so disheartening. It really is disheartening. Everyone just is covering up for this shit. But again, the reason we're not getting justice is because, well, hold on, we know. Let me just see. I heard the reason, this is a theory I'm just coming across on Twitter. Let's see this. I heard a theory that the reason she said this was because she's been told she can't make arrests because if she arrests who she has to, the market will nuke. That's basically the only explanation. That makes sense. That was one of the points I wanted to make. Okay. Instead of focusing on the Epstein files, we should be focusing on the economy. That's a great point, right? Let's look at this again. This is a great fucking point.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50.
All right, if you're a stock trader, that's not the point of the meeting. If we have a meeting, right, about the Epstein files, and I start talking about my fucking comic book collection, you'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not relevant. AJ was saying they've been told everything will collapse if it comes out. AJ? Yeah, it's so intricate.
50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings.
Okay. Oh, Alex Jones. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Like, here's the thing. Even if Trump himself, whether he's innocent or not, people in his cabinet probably are. He could be. He could not be. But here's the thing. He's just one guy. Whoever is in office, all the people that are in this system, it's so compromised. Washington is so compromised. If you're not getting taken out, maybe someone you know is getting taken out, and maybe they'll take you out. Everyone is like blackmailed. And none of these people, I don't think any of these people are really friends. They're all being blackmailed into helping each other or into hurting each other or into whatever. And that's what it feels like.
Savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making.
So again, this would only be mutually exclusive if, right, the economy is booming, right? But then we look at the stock market. Okay, if this person, because Epstein knew a lot of wealthy people, this person, they all go to jail. Uh-oh. Oh, that child trafficking money that's helping. Maybe our economy is. This is how sickening it is. How much of the money that we bring in, because it's a very lucrative business, trafficking. And those people spend money on other stuff. Maybe they go out to restaurants, whatever. They go to blah, 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 blah. They invest in politicians to keep their stuff quiet. They invest in businesses. They build businesses. It's lucrative. People may be benefiting off of it. Good people, Americans, people like us could be unintentionally, without even knowing it, somehow benefiting off of sex trafficking without even realizing it because of how much of our economy is tied into this stuff. Do we know? I think that's one of the underlying assumption here is that if this stuff comes out, it will crash all this good economic progress they're making will fall apart because important businessmen, important businesswomen will crash. Certain systems that are very lucrative, people lose faith in, they'll stop spending money on it. The boycotts will happen. The economy will just go down. Chloe, we are Miss Bondi here. She's something. And I just think that's one of the things is how essential is this to our economy? Like politicians, again, okay, there was the NXIVM cult. They were donating like crazy to the Democratic Party and whatever. They trafficked and shit. It's just this kind of stuff happens. People get paid to take a blind eye. Politicians get from all sorts of people get paid off. The economy could very well collapse with the amount, because the scale of the Epstein operations and everything. People, because it's not like people are going to just list the immediate clients of Epstein and drop it. This links to people linking it to Pizzagate, people linking it to stuff over there. It goes all the way to Prince Andrew in the UK. It goes all the way across the globe. Some people theorize Israel, some people theorize the Saudis, all over. This will affect the economy all across the globe. This will affect the world. So when she's doing this, I guess this makes more sense. It is a cry for please. We just got all this money. We want to be known for saving the economy after COVID, but it'll all crash if the pedophiles all get released, if everyone gets arrested. And Corey Feldman, who was, of course, he was abused as a kid. He's talked about this with people in interviews. He's like, basically, he's almost like, I don't think people realize that the whole system will collapse if the pedo rings get exposed. He said that. Hold on, let me find this. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find this one right here. There was a clip. I had it saved, but I've saved so much stuff. The way he tweets is so weird, by the way. He tweets in all capitals and has two. It just reads manic the way Corey Feldman tweets. I don't know why he talks like that. But a lot of people will say, like, oh, the system will collapse. And a lot of people are saying good. I think what we need to realize, like, the American people are not going to stop. I think it ultimately comes down to the question of, does the government have our best interests at heart? Do we trust the government to handle this effectively? Let's say the best way is to not take everyone out at once, right? Let's say that it's to take this person out, take this person out, take this person out, like slowly get rid of the pedos, make sure there's someone ready to take their place so the economy doesn't collapse all at once. Let's say that's like the master plan. This is me being generous here. Is that good enough for us? And obviously you can't say that in the open, because once someone's outed as a pedo, that's it. Right wing watch. Hold on. This is one other thing I want to get to, is when Democrats start acting smug about this kind of stuff. It bothers me because it's like, you guys called everyone a conspiracy theorist for believing this stuff that's now being proven true, right? Right wing watch. This is 2020. This was after Epstein was taken. Liz Crocken nonchalantly predicts that Liz Crocken, by the way, she lost her career over the Pizzagate thing. Nonchalantly predicts that 2/3 of the government will be taken down after being exposed as pedophiles. This is a right-wing stance, apparently.
Do you think we're going to see a big chunk of our own government
accusing a lot of Republicans of being pedophiles now? That's what half. And then you agree some of your own side is, I mean, yeah, 2/3.
Government get wiped out as being exposed for pedophiles? How many people do you think in our government, Liz, they're going to get wiped out? How many do you think?
Probably 2/3.
I mean, and that's what I think it is. I think basically the answer is right there. It's right there. It's, that's the truth. It comes down to money. That is unfortunately the truth. And it's sad, but what can you do? And the question, I guess, becomes, is it worth it? Are you willing to take pay cuts? Are you willing to step up when things fall through? So many people are so comfortable in this country. People do not want to accept. The fact of the matter is, and this is one of the harsh realities of the world, doing the right thing doesn't mean you get a happy ending, or doesn't mean you get everything. It doesn't mean you get rich. Sometimes you get rich by doing horrible things, right? If you're religious, like, I'm turning more and more to religion. If you believe in that, you know, you believe in the hereafter. Hey, it's okay. The earth is not, you have heaven waiting for you. It's okay. Just do well on earth and earn your way up there, right? Yeah, I gotta play more games on stream. I do want to play Crosswords. Message me, Chloe. I gotta go back to playing games on stream, dude. I have been working myself to death, and then I'll be at tons of cons. This is gonna be a busy year for Von Coleman. Busy year. It's just, I'm trying to find this Corey Feldman clip. God damn it. There's so much vile shit I have saved, and it's just, and I think they want us to just be so defeated that we just accept it. Here it is. Ready? Here it is. This is cool. What's up, Mad Ruth? Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm working nonstop. And then lately, instead of escaping at night, don't play Feldman new music. No, what? What, does he have new music out? Corey Feldman, he does music?
Sometimes we don't need to know everything, because sometimes it's not going to make a difference, because laws exist in our physical world that protect those people even if the truth does come out. So what's the point? Is it our egos that tell us that we need to go gotcha, I know who the bad guys are? Or is it because we actually want to make a difference? Like, what is the deal with the Epstein list and all the people who want it out so bad? Is it because people actually are going to do something about it? Or is it because you just want to know? You just want the tea? I'll tell you this because...
Dude, hell. By the way, he is, he's in Scream. Jamie Kennedy is based. He's in Scream. He was.
If society becomes unraveled, I say let it burn and start afresh. If this whole society is built on the backs of abuse, of horrific crimes against... Letting it burn means what? What does that mean? Like? Everyone's exposed. Okay. Banks go belly up. Then what happens to our existence? How do we buy food? How do we pay the rent? It starts new. How do we... It's good rises and takes out the evil. And that's how and it's going to be a disrupted society. But that would have to be biblical proportions. Well, we might be there. We might be there. This is the end of times.
All right. Well, I'll have to note it on that. Biblical. Holy shit. You know, why would God send in a flood? Humanity can't be that bad. And then they see the Epstein files. Dude, these people are more diabolical than any villain I think I've ever written or thought up. The level of evil in those files. There was the one kid praying for... By the way, people think whoops is code word for killed somebody in the files. There's many instances of them saying whoops in ways where it's like, what happens? That's one of the things people think. I mean, I don't know. Let me ask you guys. All right, so we're going to do this. So most people seem to not be fans of Pam, but I don't see anyone defending her in chat. So I guess she has some silent supporters here. I think this is important. Are you willing to let the governments and economy collapse for the truth? Let's see. That's the new poll in the chat. You guys can vote. So, what do you guys think? If the whole world, and it's scary because you think about it, but it's like, look, like I'll give you an example. I'm really investing money. I'm planning up my business. People have money to spend. I want to try and make sure I'm selling my stuff to as many people as possible. Economy collapses. You think like people are going to be concerned about getting my comics? No. But I write stories about people doing the right thing, you know? And, you know, Lord, I got to read more of the Bible. I've only read a couple pages, but even just in general, I've always believed in God. You know, I just haven't really been super religious about it. But I believe God will find a way for us to go, yes, I believe we will be given a purpose and we will make a better world. It's kind of why I set my comic book after World War III, right? And I had that part of California destroyed. It's a horrible thing that it happens, and then it's built anew, is to kind of show that I'm creating, that's kind of a metaphor for the world as a whole, that tons of people died, some innocent, some bad. Horrible things happened, but good people took a stand against bad people in World War III in my comic book universe, right? And as a result, the world is better. That's kind of a metaphor for what I want to happen. Right? Is ultimately the bad's going to happen, but that the world, the humanity will persevere because good will triumph over evil, but we need to fight. Goated comic. Thank you. Issue 3 just went out digitally, and it's now going to go to the printers, and then 4 is already in production. I want to keep things moving. I'll hire a Fallout-style courier to deliver Phenomena. Well, thank you. So I assume you'll still have money when things go. That's part of why I'm building my own company. But even then, everyone gets money from something. Even if stuff falls historically, reconstruction is possible. Correct. At what point do we have to just say it's worth it? The reason why most people are complacent is because they don't know and they don't want to know. You can show them evidence and they'll ignore for years, like the whole Pizzagate thing. I would just hear, oh, it's some crazy guy. They just shot a pizza part. That's what Pizzagate was. It was baseless conspiracy. And I just believed it. This stuff reawakened it where I'm like, all right, let me actually look into it. I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. Let me see if I could find, there's this one guy talking about it years ago. This guy got fired. And because one of the things I want to bring up is just showing how far, because here's the thing, we can complain about how we've got further to go, but the backlash she is getting now is proof that we've made progress in this area. No caller ID. Someone's going after me again. So last time someone did this, where someone was like calling my number, and sending me weird texts like, oh, this is the government, I'm on to you. And so I'm just waiting on the text now, but it's a live streamer. But yeah, I mean, I think ultimately people are going to do what they're going to do. The truth's going to come out. It's already coming out. The progress we've made, people aren't going to stop talking about it. They're not. The American public has made it clear. And the people that want to turn a blind eye, people need to just keep speaking up. This is happening. This is going on. This is. And it's unfortunate. A lot of companies you like, a lot of people you like, a lot of people you're a fan of. Wait, what? Freddy Fazbear being in the files. You're fucking with me. Yeah, because Pizzagate is also a goofy name, so it sounds stupid. You know, that's another thing. Terminology plays a big role. And again, I would have never believed it. I'm like, oh, this is just some crazy conspiracy theory. And it's just, all right, let's see what this text message says. Code Lyoko is en route. So this person has said, you need to stop. Nothing but darkness to come if you keep going. Agent L must be the other contact. I am Agent L's enemy. This is all you need to know. I can give you a treat if you play nice and attack Agent L for me. I will give you a crumb. Your unwillingness to participate has been acknowledged. Code Lyoko has been activated. Communication line will now be activated. So Code Lyoko, for those of you that, by the way, is Code Lyoko worth watching? You are not. You wish you were what? Wait, what? Wait, you're Freddy Fazbear, right? Sorry, my ADHD. All right, but is Code Lyoko, like real talk? Is Code Lyoko any good? Like, because I remember seeing like an episode or something as a kid and liking it. Like, is it actually worth watching? You can answer me on the text, by the way, dickhead. Might as well. I know you're listening. Is Code Lyoko good? Answer me in the comment. Okay. What I don't understand is, so they're calling me on like on a whatever number, but then they're texting me from their actual number, and it's like, dude. And by the way, one of the people you can find these people's real names very easily. All right, let's see. Freddy Fazbear. Because I saw a meme with Freddy Fazbear. I don't see Freddy Fazbear in the files. Are you sure? Oh, in the Pizzagate files and the Epstein files? Because he's not in the Epstein files. Just looked it up. At least not the term Freddy Fazbear. Maybe there's an image, or maybe someone says Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, really, really funny stuff, dude. 3 different people did. So it was. Well, that's enough humanity for today. All right. Send in the flood now. No, so I know you're not kidding. I know you were not kidding. That's the thing. I know you were not kidding. I believe you with every fiber, and I wish I didn't, but I do. I believe in it. Most people are willing to, you know what? The fact that most people are willing to sacrifice the economy and just willing to sacrifice their personal comfort for this. Humanity W. People you've been fans of your whole life, products you've been buying your whole life, things you've done. It's scary. But if you have faith that there's something good waiting on the other side, then it's worth it. And I think people are realizing that. Oh, I'm getting the fucking call again. I'm getting the fucking call. This is weird, dude. All right, another message. Let's see. Odd Rabia, you will be destroyed. Aelita is sending Code Lyoko. All right. Who is Odd Rob? Odd Robbie. Does anyone know what the fuck this person's talking about? This is weird, dude. I don't like that they have my actual number. What's with the Code Lyoko shit, by the way? Like, of all the shows, Follow the White Rabbit. This is fucking weird, dude. The phone number. All right, so it's clearly someone, by the way, who viewed, because I think it's someone from my Instagram, probably. I found one of the people already, and I was like, oh, it's okay. I just replied with their real name. I'm like, yeah, it's you, right? Code Lyoko, though, it does look interesting. What was I talking about? What called him? Why would I do that? She doesn't want anything to do with this. She'll have anything like, the internet, it's scary. You know? No, I did not. So I think it's someone I know who's like, hey, pass it along. Let's fuck with Vaughn on air. That's what I think happened. But anyway, what was I gonna pull up? Because Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't want to look at that. I'll be honest. What is the context, by the way? Why is what were people sending the porn to each other? What is the context? If I must ask, I'll regret the answer, but no, I'm not gonna look. That's why I'm asking you, so I don't have to look. I'm not gonna look. Oh, this is the police. What was there's something else I wanted to pull up. What else do we talk about? Oh yeah. Now I remember. All right, I've got to scroll back. I have bookmarked so much shit, and it's just hell. It's just lately it's just been nonstop. It's usually funny shit that I bookmark. This is just. I should have put this in a separate folder. This is terrible. And they want us to get desensitized to it. They want us used to it. God damn, how much of this shit did I fucking... How much of this shit did I... Sorry, I'll keep talking while I do this, because this is evidently gonna take a fucking while. Holy shit. I probably forget what I'm looking for by the time I even get there, too. Oh, no, here we go. Here we go. This is Colbert's reaction. Who Epstein was? Yeah.
He was so it's not surprising that on Tuesday he was photographed with a QAnon Pizzagate conspiracy theorist at Mar-a-Lago. He'll hang out with anybody. His next Mar-a-Lago photo op is with the Merchant of Death. Next, it's Gargog, the Flesh Mangler. The conspiracy theorist was there to promote a movie full of QAnon lies, and she brags that the movie is banned by YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and PayPal. First of all, you can watch movies on PayPal? Second, if you can't watch on PayPal, what's left? Do I have to stream it on Grubhub? DoorDash?
All right. This wasn't the clip I wanted to find of him. But what they would do... I'm just gonna block this retard, honestly. It's just the same joke. That's the problem. It's like there was one of the trolls, I will give credit, did something that made me fucking laugh. I will give credit where it's due. God damn it, where is it? Okay, wow. Wow, that was a lot of scrolling to get back to the beginning of this. Okay. Whew. Yeah, no, this is when I first started discovering this stuff. It's been a long Jesus, it's only been out for not even 2 weeks. Oh my god. This is bad, guys. This is bad. This is bad. This is crazy. Have any of you seen, by the way, Eyes Wide Shut? Anyone seen it? Weird. Really weird. Very interesting. Stanley Kubrick's last movie. Did he even get to see the final cut of the movie? All right. So let's talk about. So it is, but I think the fact that people are able to talk about some of these things. Pizzagate massacre thriller? What? There was no massacre. They made a movie off of it? Oh, was that to like make it seem, because it sounds crazy, just the name of it. Right? It does. Let's see, what is it? Colbert. Just the way Colbert talks about it is so just not. Yeah, the emails are a nothing burger, whatever. I don't even know if I want to do that. So much. No, he died after filming it. Right, but didn't he not see the final cut? Yeah. What were those 50? Because I forgot how long that movie is. Because I feel like Eyes Wide Shut is not like, it's a pretty simple plot. It's a really simple plot. I'm surprised at how long the movie was. I'm like, was there? Because I was scrolling through. I'm like, holy shit, there's like an hour left. Because I almost feel like the getting into the cult is like the end of the movie, and I forgot there's like an hour left after that. And there's just no definitive answer with the. It's such a weirdly structured movie because it's like this weird stuff happens, and then it just kind of ends. Yeah. I haven't seen. All right, so if Kubrick movies, I've seen The Killing, The Shining, 2001, Clockwork Orange, Eyes Wide Shut. Let's see, have I seen any? I think I've seen at least 5 of them. I thought I've seen more. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. There's some others I have to see. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what they cut from the movie. I do. It's a weird fucking movie. It is a fucking weird movie. But yeah. All right, so we talked about Pam Bondi. And I think, you know what? This is a good thing. Honestly, the good thing is most people are willing to let the government and economy collapse for the truth. I think Pam Bondi's thing is a whole plea to the old guard. Please, we're making so much progress in the economy. Please don't let it all collapse. And people are like, yeah, everyone wants the economy to come back, but it'd have to be biblical proportions. So who knows how long this would take to unravel. Correct. Right. Evil progress. That's correct. It's just, no, it's me, people thinking about it. It's like understanding. But ultimately, I feel like this is a test. Are we deserving as people? They are willing to let it happen. Great point. They are willing to let it happen, but what would it take for people to get up and make it happen? Correct. People have to be motivated to fight, to destroy an evil with no immediate benefit to themselves, potentially just loss, purely because it's the right thing to do. Are most people going to do that? Is the question. Are most people really willing to make that kind of sacrifice? Are most people willing to fight? We know good. I think most people believe good will win. A lot at this point, a lot because the media has a sense of us all, even if we don't want to admit it. It would take a lot. And I guess this doesn't count as a lot, right? Oh shit, I accidentally deleted a bookmark I wanted to talk about. It's wow, this is crazy. Satanic ritual survivor shares story. Well, we've been through a lot together, guys. We've been through a lot. Oh man. What did we learn today? I think everyone knows the truth. And now we're at the point where we have to make the moral decision of is the truth. And this is some great stuff to hope from stories, but I think what it's requiring is a lot of people to do soul searching. People have said this is more of a spiritual war than a political one, and I firmly agree with that. From people celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, right, to turning a blind eye to the Epstein files and all this other stuff. People are asking, are looking inward or looking outward or looking. I started reading the Bible finally. I was going through these conspiracy rabbit holes for hours, and I said there's this pure evil in the world. Where's good? Good will come from bad things. What have we learned today? Well, I've been playing Deadlock, so I learned new slurs that I didn't know existed from a 7-player. A 7-player? Deadlock. That sounds familiar. Deadlock. Oh, is that the one? Hang on. Why does this sound familiar? I don't know if I know. I think I remember seeing an ad for it somewhere. Any good? I got to get back into gaming. The same sex cults today are the same cults in the Bible, dude. It's oh, gotcha. Yeah, and I think even then, I had a conversation with someone. People just need to start talking to each other again. People need to stop advocating for. I believe that in the power of forgiveness. I think I think politicians. So there's a thing that's always said, right? When you're over target, that's when they start freaking out more. And I think the Epstein files have made them realize how many people are going to have to go down. A lot. A lot. And the question is it worth it? And I think a lot of people are saying yes. But a lot of people just straight up don't know. Like when I mentioned the cannibal stuff, they're like, I don't think that's true. I'm like, have you looked into it? I don't think it's true. Have you looked into it? I don't think it's true. Like, okay. That was another thing too. There was stuff that I was seeing. I mean, dude, how do you explain some of this stuff outside of cannibal? Like some of the language they use. I don't want to believe it, but like, I mean, how am I supposed to believe in this? Let's see what the comments on Stephen Colbert's conspiracy video are now. Everyone is shitting on Stephen Colbert in the comments. Man. Wild shit. Wild shit. What a time we live in, huh? What a time we live in. I try and call friends and talk to friends strangers more often, but not lately, just to spark conversation, be nice to learn new things. It's very important. It is very important. Learning is important. Listening to ideas, even the most insane, like there are people that are like, oh, like I remember talking to someone, like the lizard people's where I draw the line. I'm like, dude, honestly, lizard people would not be that shocking at this point. I'm not saying I believe in it, but I'm like, at this point, show me the evidence. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I'm like, I'll hear anything out. There's nothing. The shit that's being leaked is so. If you told me however many years ago, I'm not. Nothing is too shocking. It's. Oh my god, the midterms. The midterm. This is. I'm wondering how it's going to affect voting, dude. I wish lizard people were real. I mean, they're eating children, Vaughn. It's exactly what you'd expect a lizard monster to do. Yeah. Well, I don't know what I'd expect. Hang on, you say that like I don't know what I'd expect a lizard monster to do. Period. This isn't something I've thought a lot about. I mean, you know, to be honest. I don't know. This is crazy that so many people, left, right, are just accepting this, and the politicians are straight up saying it. 2026 is just a fucking crazy year. This is just. This is just. Vaughn is voting is. I thought you said Vaughn. Voting is gay. The fathers feel that they're all evil, so I was right all along. I don't think anyone's happy to be right. That's another thing. Like, yeah, the conspiracy theorists are right. Featured in Volume 5? Who's to say? You mean issue 5 of Phenomenova? Who's to say? 5? We have 3 hasn't come out yet. 5 specifically? Who's to say? Who's to say? There may or may not be lizard people popping up in multiple forms or some way, shape, or form. It's possible in the Phenomenova universe. Who's to say? You'll have to keep reading. Yeah. You've written 3 volumes of superhero comic and you've never given... No, I've given thought to it, yeah, but just not a ton in the real world when it comes to eating children. I've given thought to... Well, actually, that's not true. In the Phenomenova universe, I have pulled from some lizard people stuff. I've always had ideas, even back when I was getting lizard stuff, and then this conspiracy. I pull from conspiracy theories all the time. All the time. You think I don't have lizard people ideas? Now, when or if that comes out, you'll have to keep reading. I have so many crazy ideas, but I want this series to keep popping off. So I'm trying to make plans to. My goal is to put out as much product as I can and have this series build momentum. Even if the economy collapses, well, that might actually affect things, to be honest. But, you know. But that's another thing, too. If they come out, the conspiracy plotline, people will be like, I saw this in real life. I already know about that. I think I would have to differ. I don't think it's made of cheese, personally. I don't think so. Oh, by the way, Phenomenova, if you guys are a member on my website, either on my website or if you're a Crusaders member, so there's 2 levels of channel members. There's the regular member, which gives you access to members-only streams, emojis, stuff like that. And then there's the second tier level, which is basically my website subscription, but on YouTube. So it's just kind of combining those. You could just, if you want it all in one place, it's just one subscription. For all of that, I have 5 total all my short stories that are going to appear in the short story collection, Reapers in Pursuit, are available to read for subscribers right now. If you're a member of either my website or if you're a Crusader member on my YouTube channel. So just a heads up, if you join a membership, you can get access to those stories, or otherwise, Reapers in Pursuit, my upcoming short story collection, is coming out. Here we go. I certainly have a lot more horror material if I decide to make another collection, but let's see how well this one does. Okay. Well, guys, I think I've done enough for today. I've got, what am I? Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a stream on the Friday the 13th movie. So I want to watch part 8 because I've seen the first 7. I want to do a stream on the first 8. So the first 8 Friday the 13th movies will be talked about. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, and I've never on Friday the 13th watched a Friday the 13th movie. So I'm gonna do that. So if you guys are interested, make sure to check that out tomorrow night. I've been streaming more regularly while working more than ever. Oh, I love horror. Then you're gonna like my horror stuff. So I don't know if you've seen, but I've done 2 live readings and narrations of my stories, and I'm gonna go ahead and link my website. If you like horror, I have a horror story set in the Phenomenova universe called Living Daymare that's going to feature a character named Daymare. I love horror. I've been writing a lot of horror stories. If you go to my website right now and you go to titles, you could join the sign-up list for my upcoming horror book. If you pre-order it, there is an exclusive cover on the Indiegogo. It should, our date right now is we are hoping to launch February 26th, and then Phenomenova Issue 4, we are hoping to launch March 31st. It's going to be a busy year. It's going to be a busy year. March 31st is where I'm hoping to launch Phenomenova 4. Halloween is my favorite horror movie. Halloween. Love horror, but I have 2 short horror stories that you can read on my website. In fact, Vidith, this horror narrator on YouTube, did a reading of my story, The Highland Houndsman, that will be featured in my horror short story collection. So I have a short story set in the Phenomenova universe. I have a short story called Sanguine the Succubus Slayer that I want to eventually make a comic book of. Let's see. Read. And then after you read these stories, or you can look up the narration of the Highland Houndsman on YouTube, you can go and check out my commentaries that I did. You can find the old live streams I did where I did live Q&A and commentaries and readings. And I got 2 stories on there. She Ripped My Heart Out and Ran Away with It, which is about a succubus, and the Highland Houndsman. And then the other stories that will be featured in the collection and that are featured right now for members are Living Daymare and Sanguine the Succubus Slayer, or Sanguine in Trinidad, Living Daymare, and let me go ahead and pull up some pictures. They're not on the page, and they should be. Okay. Where is it? All right. So I've got my character Daymare, who was one of the first characters before it was called Phenomenova. One of the first characters that came out with when I was a kid. He's an anti-hero in the Phenomenova universe. He's like a mix between Jason, because Friday the 13th is coming out. He's a mix between Jason, and he's a mix between him, Ghost Rider, Nightcrawler, the Punisher. He's a very brutal character, and I think people are really gonna like him. He's a lot of fun, and I'd love to eventually bring him into the comics. But for right now, I was already doing this short story collection. I said, I want to do something with Phenomenova. That'll be good for marketing, and also just why not? I'm like, well, what works? And I'm like, well, what if it's a horror story from the perspective of people being hunted down, almost like a slasher story, perspective of there's this getaway driver driving away these criminals, and they're being brutally hunted down by this entity they know nothing about. So that's Living Daymare. The character's name is Daymare. And then we also have... I wanted to do a bad girl book, like a hot chick book. And I came up with this character while I was writing She Ripped My Heart Out and Ran Away with It. It was a character I came up with. It was like, what if it's like a succubus that turns good and then ends up hunting down other succubuses? And that is, or succubi, I should say. And that is Sanguine the Succubus Slayer. Sanguine and Trinidad Succubus Slayer. She falls in love with this human, and now they hunt them down together. So I wrote a short story, and then I wrote a synopsis for an issue 1 if I ever make a comic of it. But right now, you can get those short stories. And then I have The Dragon Feeder, which is my personal favorite of my stories. I have a poem in there, a lot of good stuff. Alien is great. I love Alien. I have an Aliens poster, though. I do like Aliens better. Yeah, well, if you guys would read that, then make sure to, again, sign up for the email list for Reapers in Pursuit. Make sure you're on my website, too, because there's going to be an exclusive cover that will only be available for a month if you pre-order the book. So I really hope you guys are interested. Check out the stories. 2 of them are free to read online, like I said, and keep your eye out for more. I just put the link in the chat. But yeah, Reapers in Pursuit. You could also find the link on my website. So that's cool. What else is there that I want to talk about? Okay, wait. Child's Play, did you say? I love Child's Play. Child's Play is probably my number 2, or it's at least up there. I love Child's Play. Arguably, I mean, I could see it overtaking Hell. I was scared shitless of Chucky when I was a kid just from seeing the art on the DVD before I even watched the movie. Just the idea of Chucky terrified me as a kid. And then I finally watched it years later, and I love it. The first one is great. The second one is good too. I haven't seen Bride and Seed. I've seen the first 3, and then I skipped to Curse of Chucky, which I thought was a little overrated, to be honest. I think the first 2 I think the first one is the best. A lot of people say 2 is, and I get it, but I think the first is just, it does the concept perfectly. Dude, it's that I'm gonna say this too. Child's Play is underrated. A lot of people talk about it like it's a lesser slasher movie. It's not. I think it's one of the best ones. I think it's genuinely a great movie. I love Child's Play. Love it. It's Chucky might be my favorite. Yeah, no, I know about it. I just haven't seen it. The one with the dog. Yeah, Child's Play. Chucky. Come on. Dude, that movie's great. Friday the 13th. I'll talk about it in depth tomorrow. I have to watch Jason Takes Manhattan tonight to round out the octilogy, I guess, because that was the last one that was part. And it would be weird if I just did parts 1 through 7 and didn't do 8. So I'm going to do part 8 next. Probably will watch it after the stream. And then tomorrow we'll go through the first 8 movies, and we'll kind of, what we'll do? We could do like a ranking of them. So yeah, if anyone wants to come on and talk about it, let me know. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't even have a panel. Fuck, I've been so busy. I have to get a panel. So if anyone wants to talk Friday the 13th movies and join me on stream, let me know. I've seen only Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 3, and I liked both of them. I was told 2 isn't good, so I skipped it. And I do feel like I didn't miss anything. But actually, hot take, I like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 better than 1. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I love Dream Warriors. The Friday the 13th movies I don't think are very good. I think they're in high regard. I think they're I guess no one actually thinks they're great. Watch along? We'd have like a live commentary? That could be fun. Like, because obviously I can't show it on stream, but if I was like, hey, we're watching it, start the movie now. That would be a lot of fun. Ooh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, we could do Friday the 13th watch along. I would be down. I'll think about it. If I have the time tomorrow, because I have a lot of work. If I wake up early, I'll go to bed soonish. Wait, but that means no, because I have to watch Friday the 13th. And that means I'm going to be up past midnight at least. I'll sleep when I'm dead. All right. Maybe I'll do a watch along. If people want, well, which ones? Then we have to, because the first one is, there's no Jason. But Pamela's good in it, I guess. That could be fun. Tune in for the discussion. We'll talk, because we're going to go through the first 8 of them. But I do wonder how many of my followers have seen the first 8. Like, did I shoot myself in the foot with this discussion? I wonder. We'll see. I totally forgot. I just assumed people would jump on. If anyone wants to talk about the first 8, I do want to watch it. I feel like I need to watch 8, even though I've wanted to watch the remake. I've seen the first 7. Right? Here's the thing. They're not good. People, and then I've had people try and tell me, well, it was good for the time. No, it fucking wasn't. No, it was not, because Halloween came out earlier and it's better. There were better contemporary movies coming out at that time in that same genre. They're not good. I would say, spoiler alert, my favorite ones. So I do have to see the remake. But I already called the video. Shit. You know what? I'll have to do more streams. So hell, I could even do a follow-up where I do the remake. I could skip Jason X. I'll do the remake. I've wanted to check out the remake because I feel like if there's a movie that deserves a remake, it is Friday the 13th. In all honesty. Because it's a great concept it's just too schlocky. I would love, I genuinely, because I remember growing up, the story of Jason, where he's a kid that drowned and he comes back to kill them. I didn't know the mom was killed with the search, but the story I heard secondhand from my mom, because I wasn't allowed to watch the movies, of Jason was probably the scariest, which is why it came out with the character Daymare. I had never seen Friday the 13th, but the idea of him inspired the character Daymare. Obviously Daymare is radically different character. But yeah. And then I watched the movies and I was like, this is schlock. So I would love to do a Friday the 13th movie where it takes the lore of Jason completely seriously. That would be and also Jason's a fellow Jersey boy. You know that? You know what's weird too is I didn't realize this. I've been traveling Jersey a lot for conventions. Voorhees and Haddonfield, because Haddonfield's the town from Halloween, are always next to each other on the highway. It's interesting. Did you see Hereditary or Midsummer? Those are completely off topic, but I think, yeah, I've seen both of those. They're great. I loved Hereditary. We had a private screening because A24, when I was at college majoring in film, we had a private screening of Hereditary. It was great. The remake was very 2000s, gave me the similar vibes of Cabin in the Woods. I have to see Cabin in the Woods. I do have to see Cabin in the Woods. God, I could talk forever, but I think I'm going to bounce for tonight. I'm going to find an audience, see if I can find anyone to talk about the first 8 Friday the 13th tomorrow. See you guys. Peace out. I got to get something out to the printers. But I've been enjoying streaming. This has been fun. Yeah, I know. I do need to watch. I need to do more of these streams, just talking about shit I love. After, of course, ranting about Pam Bondi, which is just... We went full circle. We went from talking about that stupid bitch Pam Bondi to talking about Friday the 13th and horror movies. Well, we're talking about the first 8 movies. Yeah, I mean, I guess you have a day. I posted about it, to be fair. I didn't think about it. I just thought, well, maybe someone's seen the first 8. Did I overdo it? Because I don't feel like just watching the first one. By tomorrow? Can you watch all 8 by conceive? I mean, they're all short. That's what I mean. It's tomorrow. It's Friday the 13th. We're just going to be talking about the first 8 in general. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got to watch at least part 8. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't have time. And then you guys are like, oh, I'll watch all of it. Yeah. So God, marathoning them all. They're so repetitive. Watch me. All right. I went through a crazy horror movie phase in high school where I would just watch them nonstop. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out. And keep an eye out for the stuff I'm doing. Reapers in Pursuit. And the end, it's over. All right.
We call ourselves Phenomenova. Yesterday, the Stormbearers, a deadly group of mercenaries, took control of a nuclear reactor. Before we arrived on the scene, Galvanite, a superpowered teenage boy, attempted to stop them. He failed. His story ended there that day. Ours began shortly after. Today, I sift through the memories of that day. I will put the pieces together, and we will bring those responsible to justice.